Hello, everybody. All right. Anyways, hi everybody. Anyways, yeah. All right. So yes, I am. Yeah. All right. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast live tonight. Um, I'm just sharing a bunch of stuff to the profile here. Blah. Okay. All right. All right. Vlogging and vlogging. Cigars. Okay. All right. All right. Do, 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 do. All pro wrestling. We love pro wrestling. All right. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. Welcome. All right. So. Okay. Hello. I'm going to write something here. Hello. Hello, everyone. All right. So turn this up. Let's get going here. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Um, all right. So, yeah. Let's see. Who I haven't. Oh, classic TV shows we all love. Classic television shows. Right on. Okay. So, okay. Anyways, yeah. Welcome to Big Jim's Blogcast Live version 4.0. I'm Jim. This is episode 227. Hey, Ann, Susan, Michelle. How's it going, guys? That's great. Great to see you guys out here. It is Sunday, January 4th, 2022. Now, all right. So, okay. So I'm just, yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah. And let me do my disclaimer here. I may say a few bad, dirty words like shit, damn, screw, the F word, the L word. I see everybody's out tonight. Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, Ann. Yeah, right on. Yeah, I know you're good. Oh, excuse me. Your birthday. All right. So yeah, it's pre-celebration there. So, anyways, yeah. That's that. Tonight, yeah, is episode 227. I've been sharing it all right, share to group. Right. All right. And so, all right, Michelle, everybody. All right, so let's see here. Switch the page, continue. All right, we got new ones here. So yeah. So anyways, yeah. There we go. All right. So anyways, yeah, it is episode 227, Big Jim's Blogcast Live, version 4.0. I'm on vacation. What do we got here until Wednesday? I got to go back to work Wednesday. All right. So, yes, it is. I'll give you my intro. Welcome to Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 227 on Facebook Live. We are on Facebook Live every Sunday nights, 8 p.m., some wine o'clock Wednesdays. So what do we got here? Okay. It's not No, it is July 24th. Sorry. Hey, Marie. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. Yeah, thank you for correcting me there. I know. All right. Yeah, thanks. I know. Sunday, July 24th, 2022. Sunday, July 24th, 2022. I got that burned into my brain right now. So yeah, Big Jims Blogcast Live. We air Sundays, 8 o'clock, the occasional Friday nights, the occasional wine o'clock Wednesdays. We're based out of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. We border Port Huron, Michigan. Big Jims Blogcast Live does craft beer reviews like tonight's craft beer. It is called Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario. And we'll be opening it like a little bit. Craft beer reviews. This is over 200 craft beer reviews right now. I've tried over 200 craft beers. And I got the beers to back it up, the numbers to back it up. But anyways, yeah, craft breweries, right, like beers from here, Sarnia, across Ontario, across Canada. Also pairing it with like a nice whiskey. We're chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla tonight. And a nice cigar. This is a Mumbacho Liga Maestro from Riverfront Cigars. Yeah, I was. Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, hey. Yeah, so we talk about local events near you, countdowns to holidays, birthday shoutouts to our friends. We talk about retro classic stuff, such as like classic TV, like 1, 2, 3 at Season Wonders, classic movies, infamous movies. We talk about spin-offs, character actors, actresses. In music, 70s, 80s, 90s hard rock, classic albums, the one-hit wonders like in hair metal, rap, country, pop. No, I don't. Hello, Gwen. Classic pro wrestling like the tag teams, the stables, the jobbers, from defunct leagues like the NWA, the AWA, WCW, UWF. Classic sci-fi like droids, ships, weapons, aliens, minor characters from Star Wars, Star Trek to Battlestar Galactica. Sports. This year it's hockey, our hockey card heroes, but it could be baseball, like football, basketball. Random gong solos here. So sit back, enjoy the show, and join us, and let's keep it light and fun here. I don't want to talk about politics, religion, or personal life. Amen. So anyways, yeah. All right. So we will get to tonight's lineup. All right. Anyway. I'm going to lay this one out right here, right now. So, all right. All right. So. All right. Oh, that's all lit up. Oh, got to get used to that. That's a really good cigar there. So, anyways, hello everybody. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live. We'll get to our craft beer review in a minute here. I'll put this over here. Tonight we're gonna do we've got a lot of birthday shout outs to go out to. A lot of countdowns, some local events. We'll talk about the movie Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, a classic canceled TV show, Misfits of Science, a classic WCW one-hit wonder tag team, the Skyscrapers, the Wampa from Empire Strikes Back, our hockey card player, Pavel Zacha, and our classic albums, Bob Seger's Against the Wind, and plus This Week in Van Halen History. So anyways, settle in. It's like, what do we got here? So anyways, all right. Anyways, yeah. All right. So, all right. Let me get this back here. All right. So, okay, there we go. All right. Um, now, okay, what was it? Yeah, our craft beer for tonight. All right, let's start out. All right, so, and we're chasing it down with Crown Royal Vanilla. Um, it is, it got a whole new bunch of brews. I got, like, later on the blogcast, I'm going to tell you all the, I did a craft brewery tour on Friday. I'll tell you all about it, where I went to. This one's called Oxidation Amber Ale, and it's brewed by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company, which reminds me, I am share. Okay, in Messenger. All right, I got Rusty Wrench. All right, so okay, so hopefully, all right. So if anybody wants to share this blogcast of the Rusty Wrench, I know they're watching. So, anyways, with these craft beers, like I said, I've done over 200 now. Doesn't make me an expert or anything, but anyways, yeah. So I don't think anybody else can say that. But anyways, what do we got here? So, all right. Anywho, um, now this is by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. So I'm going to open her up. What does it say on the box? All right, so it is a smooth, easy drinking amber ale with a nice, nutty, peaty twist. Well, I'll be the judge of that. So, anyways, I have the new Rusty Wrench glass. So here we go. Oh, look at that. Look at the way that pours. So, all right. Okay. Oh. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, okay. So, anyways, I actually, as I should remind people that this blogcast, I'm going to remind people throughout, before I try this beer, this blogcast is not spam. The audio version will go out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Anchor FM, Google Podcasts, or wherever you listen to your audio podcasts. So, we're not spam. We're not like us, share up, subscribe to us. I want to say hi out to everybody in the Sarnia groups, Port Elgin, the pop culture groups, all the hair metal groups, the Van Halen groups, the craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, pro wrestling, blogspot, TV and movies, the Bob Seger groups, Superman groups. So hold on a sec. I got like another, okay, let's see here. Group ching, okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. There. All right. Okay. Good. Now, all right, on to the business now. Okay. So anyways, I'm about to try this. I do give it a rating out of 10 later on the blogcast. So if anybody, all right, here we go. Okay. All right. Wow. First impressions. Does go down smooth. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. All right. Yeah. Again, this is Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, which I visited Thursday night. So I had an inkling to go through there. So yeah, I visited Thursday night with a friend. So anyways, thanks for taking me. All right. So, and we've got Crown Royal Vanilla. So, all right. So, we'll get to we'll get to the birthday shout outs in a minute here. So, yeah, it is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. Sunday, July 24th, 2022. So, anyways, now when I do craft beer reviews, I don't like go, well, oh, it's a very exquisite, thank you, a tasting beer. And it's like, nope, I don't do that. I go with my gut. I like, I go with my gut. I say what I feel. Gut instinct. So that never lies. So, anyways, all right. Okay, we got. Oh man, my cigar went out. All right. All right. So let's see. All right. So, hello, everybody. Again, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227. Yeah, that was our tonight's craft beer. Is called Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company. And look at that. It's a cool looking can, too. Looks badass. Looks like old. Looks like from the 70s, which I like. It's a cool design, too. So, yeah. And like I said, beginning, it's got a clean, crisp taste to it. Goes down smooth, so you can't go wrong with that. So we're off to a good start, Rusty Wrench. All right, so. All right. So, anyways, yeah, like I said at the beginning, we've got a lot of stuff to cover, yeah. So, anyways, hello Michelle, hello Susan, hello Gwen, and we're gonna get some birthday shout outs now. So come on. All right. All right. All right. Oh. All right. Okay. Here we go with our birthday shout-outs from this past week. Brenda Stevenson, Kevin Clements, Jacqueline Kroll, Brad McFadden, MJ Thompson, Shannon Wolf, Tracy Spooner Martin, Toby Green, Kathy McGinty Smith, Tom Hellcamp, Wendy Robinson, Nancy Trevinisek, Candace Pietrus, Sandy McKitchen, Terry Lynn Fairbrother, Vanessa Parsley, Roxanne LaRoque, Ashley Wakefield, Patty Schreider, Alan Cootering, Tanya Machina, Jim Weaver, Glenda Lane, Steve Calagiros, and Wendy Dion. Happy birthday, guys. And Ann, yeah, happy birthday. Happy early belated birthday to you. So, I mean, yeah. All right. Happy birthday to all those people, and I hope you guys have celebrated your birthdays, got everything you wanted for or asked for on your birthday. So, right on. All right. So, we've got a nice Mumbacho. I got this at the Riverfront Cigars in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. We will put that away for now. Ooh. Gong solos there. Yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227, Sunday, July 24th, 2022. So, I am going to write in a comment here. Hello, everybody. All right, so there. Okay. Yeah, our craft beer for tonight, and it is being accompanied by Crown Royal Vanilla. It is. All right. It is Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. Which I have to say is going down smooth. It's like no unpleasant aftertaste, which is good. Besides, it's a cool. I like the design of this can. It's like a really cool can. So, anyways, yeah. So, and I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So later on, if anybody out there wants to throw in some numbers, please do so. What do we got here? So, all right. So just checking my notifications here. Yeah. So, anyways, we will get to some. We're gonna do some countdowns now. All right. The August long weekend is 8 days away. The Labor Day long weekend is 43 days away. Thanksgiving is 123 days away. Remembrance Day is 110 days away. Halloween is 99 days away. Christmas is 154 days away. And I know you, oh my God, before we know it, this is going to sneak up on us, hopefully. And I know you're enjoying the summer. Wintertime is 150 days away. So sorry to remind you of that, but that's coming. So, yeah, boom. All right. So, all right. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 227. Yeah, if you're out there, just say hello. Say hi. All right. So, anyways, it is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. I don't go back to work till Wednesday, so cheers, everybody. All right. And so I'm going to remind everybody tonight that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast too. So like us, share us, subscribe to us, share us all over Facebook if you want to. Now, I want to say hi to everybody in the Port Elgin groups, all the Stokes Inland Lizards Bar, Sarnia groups, pop culture groups, all the hard rock, metal, Van Halen groups, cigars, craft beer, Star Wars, pro wrestling, the blog spots, the classic TV and movies, the Bob Seger groups, Chain Reaction, Superman groups. Yeah, you guys really rock. So anyways, and Sarnia rocks if you're watching. So right on. So, all right, what do we got here? So, all right. So yeah. All right. So anyways, yeah, we get to some local events here now. So now with past 2 years, COVID has put a damper on all local events, but we're back. We're coming back. We're totally back. Hello to you too. Now, the buzzwords were hiatus, rescheduled, canceled, postponed. So, yeah. So here we go. Friday, August 26, 2022 is Beats on a Boat, Duke to Orleans. Cruise, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m., 297 Front Street in Sarnia. Tickets, $25 per person. The boat loads at 6:30. Saturday, July 30th at 7 p.m. is Rock on the Duke with Wheelhouse down in Centennial Park. It boards at 6:30. Tickets available from Wheelhouse members. Now, Saturday, August 27th, 10 a.m. till 4 p.m. is the Mitten Village Block Party. Live music, family. It's family friendly. There's going to be vendors, artists. So go on down, check that out. Saturday, August 20th, 7:30 p.m. is Iron Priest. It is a tribute to Iron Maiden and Judas Priest at Rustic in Sarnia. www.ticketscene.ca. Wednesday, August 17th, 2022, 6 p.m. is Brews on a Boat, hosted by Imperial City Brewhouse in Sarnia from 6 p.m. till 8 p.m. See Sarnia Imperial City Brewhouse Facebook page for admission prices, but that's a cool little brewery right there, right in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. They've got some great, awesome beers too, which like I think I've reviewed them all. I don't know. Well, yeah, I do know. I pretty much tried their craft beers. So check them out if you ever get the chance to like go in there. Fool Fest, August 5th, 6 p.m. till August 6th, 11 p.m. by the Refined Fool Brewing Company, downtown Sarnia. Live music, talent competition, outdoor games, prizes, and more. So that's fun. That is. Judas Priestess, November 12th, 2022 at Rustic in Sarnia. The only all-female tribute to Judas Priest, www.ticketscene.ca. Hello, Johnny. Like it. Yeah, Johnny. All right. Anyways, yeah. Friday, September 23rd, 2022, 7 p.m. 7:30 p.m. Sorry, is Destroyer. They are the best Kiss tribute band out there. They'll be at the Rustic in Sarnia. I saw them a month ago with with the band Chain Reaction. Best Kiss tribute band out there. They are. It'd be safe to say that they're Kiss light. So, but still, an awesome kick-ass Kiss tribute band. Oh. So, yeah. Thursday, August 18th, 2022, 7 p.m. is movie night in the park in Sarnia, Canatera Park, hosted by Exit Reality Twin Bridges, and it's free. So bring your family there. Okay. What else? Saturday, October 15th, 2022, 7:30 p.m. is Sandman, a tribute to Metallica, licensed by Metallica, exclusively by Metallica at Rustic, www.ticketscene.ca. Sunday, July 31st, 2022, 7:30 p.m. is the Mudmen at River Road Brewing and Hops at Bayfield. Tickets are $35 at River Road, www.ticketscene.ca. Yep, River Road Brewing and Hops is one of the breweries I visited on Friday. They are a cool little, like, they're not little. Like, I mean, it's an actual farm with a donkey there. So it's almost like a small amusement park, but they've got really great beers. I got new beers from them. So yeah, and that's all for the local events here. So all right, all right. So yeah, it is. All right, boom. All right, so yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0. Episode 227 is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. And as I'm going to remind everybody, this blogcast is in spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, and all these audio listening platforms, or wherever any you may listen to. Where like us, share us all over Facebook if you want to. It is. I want to say hi to everybody in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, give props out to you. The pop culture groups, all the classic retro groups, nostalgia groups, all the Van Halen, hard rock, hair metal groups, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, and tonight, Bob Seger groups, the Chain Reaction group, and all our Superman groups and Chris Reeve groups. So, right on. So, thank you very much. And our craft beer, I'm chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. All right. Cheers, everyone. Our craft beer for tonight is called Oxidation Amber Ale. And it is by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, which I visited Thursday night. I gotta tell you, it's a crisp, clean tasting beer. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down smoothly. I give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So later on, if you're still here, you want to throw out a number of your own, see if it jives with mine. Feel free and go ahead and do so. So, anyways, yeah. I can't give it a rating right away. It's got to grow on me all through the blogcast. So, all right. So, yeah. Once again, this is Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Sarnia, Ontario. Or no, Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. Sorry, my bad. All right. So. All right. So, anyways, yeah. So, let's see here. More options. No, I don't. So I just want to say hi to everybody. All right. So, oh yeah. All right. So now we get to our movie for tonight. Later on, I will tell you all the crap. I'll tell you all about the breweries I visited on my tour on Friday. So, anyways, yeah. So, yeah. Mm, mm, mm. All right. Our movie for tonight is Superman 4: The Quest for Peace. Released July 4th, 1987. There we go. There it is. Here we are. All right. So, okay. So, anyways, principal cast of this movie: Christopher Reeve returns as Clark Kent, Superman. Gene Hackman as Lex Luthor. Margot Kidder as Lois Lane. Jackie Cooper as Perry White, editor of the Daily Planet. Mark Pillow as Nuclear Man, the newest villain. John Cryer as Lenny Luthor. You may know John Cryer from Two and a Half Men. Mark McClure as Jimmy Olsen. Sam Wanamaker as David Warfield. And Mariel Hemingway as Lacey Warfield, the father and daughter tycoon team that takes over the Daily Planet. Now, the premise of this movie, and believe me, this isn't an indictment on the late Christopher Reeve. So now Clark Kent, I've got the movie on right now. Now Clark Kent on vacation in Smallville finds a green Kryptonite, green Kryptonian energy module. So which it was given to his mom, and says the crystal can be only used once. So he returns to Metropolis and the Daily Planet, which has been taken over by tabloid tycoon David Warfield. He fires Perry White. Lacey Warfield is the new editor. Superman speaks to the UN about fearing that the U.S. and the Soviet Union are headed for a nuclear war, nuclear arms race. Superman collects all the nuclear warheads by every nation.
Sorry, I'm having trouble understanding right now. Please try a little later.
Be quiet, Alexa. All right, that was Alexa in the background there.
I'm having
So,
trouble
Alexa.
understanding right now. Please try a little later.
All right, I will. So, anyways, he throws all the nuclear warheads into the sun. Lenny Luthor breaks his uncle out of prison. Lex Luthor out of prison. They steal a strand of Superman's hair. They create Nuclear Man. Superman and Nuclear Man do battle. Superman is infected with radiation sickness. Everybody thinks Superman is dead. Clark is in his apartment. He uses the Krypton energy module to heal himself. Nuclear Man kidnaps Lacey, wreaks havoc on the city's nuclear grid, energy grid. Superman rescues Lacey, fights Nuclear Man, throws him in it, matches his nuclear powers there. But Perry White gets back to Daily Planet. Superman recaptures Lex and Lenny. Lex goes to prison. Lenny goes to a boys' home. So, anyways, this movie, Christopher Reeve knew from the beginning going in that this movie was a shit show. Reeve actually pitched the arms race storyline. Wes Craven was going to direct this movie, but him and Reeve clashed, so and he wanted a new director for this movie. Now, Canon Studios, which it had a budget, Superman had a budget of $36 million. Now, Canon Studios had a bunch of movies in the can, and they were losing money hand over fist with the other movies that didn't make money. So Superman's budget got slashed in half from $36 million to $17 million. And you could really, you could really tell with the special effects. They chinched out in the special effects. Superman was filmed in the UK instead of New York City. The original special effects crew on the first three movies were replaced by cheaper Israeli crews. You could tell, really, like, I mean, you could see the harness on Superman flying, and yeah. So Canon went bankrupt. Like, Superman lost money on this, and Canon Studios went bankrupt after this, after taking a loss on Superman. Director changes, Richard Donner to Richard Lester, and you could and also Reeve stopped working out, and you could tell. Nuclear Man's voice was like overdubbed by Gene Hackman. Margot Kidder, her role, like Margot Kidder's role was severely like diminished during this movie, and as punishment for speaking out against like Canon and the owners of like the Superman franchise, the Salkinds. So, but yeah, Reeve hated Superman for the Quest for Peace when he saw the screening of it. And here's to like Christopher Reeve for like really like you know, like putting up with and trudging along and making the movie, going in knowing that this was a complete shit show. So all right, so there he is. There's our there's like Nuclear Man, and there's plot holes in this movie, a lot of plot holes in this movie, but I'm not gonna I won't get into it right now. There's like there's Chris Reeve, less bulkier, and there's like Lex Luthor and Nuclear Man, played by like Mark Pillow. So yeah, and I posted several of the Superman clips and the Chris Reeve interviews on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So look for them. Yeah. So anyways, overall, like I have, yeah, I found it's from the Superman collection. So Superman 2, Superman 3, Superman 4. Superman 4 was the last of like the Superman movies of the character played by Christopher Reeve. So here's to the late Christopher Reeve. So all right, and certainly it's no fault of Christopher Reeve that Superman 4: The Quest for Peace was. Cheers, Mr. Reeve. So, yeah, good. All right, and that is Crown Royal Vanilla. So, anyways, all right. So, yeah. Okay. So, boom. All right. Okay. Da, 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 da. All right. Okay. So anyways, yeah, this is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. Our craft beer for tonight, and we're chasing it down with Crown Royal Vanilla. It is called Oxidation Amber Ale, and it's by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. Pretty good beer. Really good beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down really smoothly. We've got barley, rye, hops, yeast. Never met a... Oh yeah, here's what's on the can there. Did you know? Never met a charcuterie board, burger, cheese, plate, or cooked meat that it didn't like? Great beer to complement just about anything. Cheers. So yeah, there we go. All right, I gotta say, so far so good. Loving it, loving the beer. A cool can too. I like the can design too. So, yeah. All right. And I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if there's anybody out there that wants to throw out a number later on, see if it compares up with mine, please do so. Mm. Mm. All right. So yeah. Mm. 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 I had to relight this. So, all right, I'll just put these over here. All right. Mm. All right. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday night, July 24th, 2022. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for ending your weekend with me. Some of us have to go back to work tomorrow. Sorry to rub that in. I'm on I have to go back to work on Wednesday. So, good cigar. It is a Mumbacho Liga Maestro. It is from the Riverfront Cigars here, right in outside of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. Yeah. So, as I remind everybody tonight that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, and all these audio podcast listening platforms. Like us and share us, and you can share us all over Facebook if you want. I want to say hi to everybody in the Port Elgin Sarnia groups, especially Sarnia Rocks, Lizard's Bar and Grill, all the pop culture groups, the retro nostalgia groups, the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, craft beer, cigars, sci-fi, Star Trek, Star Wars. Okay, so anyways, all right. All right. So, anyways, okay. So, all right. So, anyways, let's see. Let's see. Share to a community. Yeah. All right. Hey, Chris, how's it going? Glad to see you out here tonight. Yeah. So, anyways, let's see. All right. We'll get to our. Also, people watching in the Bob Seger Chain Reaction and Superman groups tonight. So, anyways, what do we got here? Checking out these notifications. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Yeah, we get to our classic canceled TV show. It's called Misfits of Science. All right, there it is. Now, Misfits of Science aired on NBC from October 4th, 1985 to February 21st, 1986 for 15 episodes. Now, the principal cast was Dean Paul Martin as Dr. Billy Hayes, Kevin Peter Hall as Dr. Elvin Lincoln, Mark Thomas Miller as Johnny Bukowski, and a young unknown actress at the time named Courtney Cox, who played Gloria Dinalo. Now, all of them, there we go. There's there you go. Now, all of them had special powers. Like Kevin Peter Hall, this dude right here, the tall dude right there. He was 7 foot, basically 7 foot tall, 7 feet tall. He could have the ability to shrink by pressing his back on the back, a nerve on the back. Johnny Bukowski, this dude right here, he was a former rock star. He has electrical powers. He was shocked on stage, so he had electrical powers. Gloria Dinalo, played by Courtney Cox, had telekinesis powers. Now, the premise and plot of Misfits of Science It revolved around superpower humans and their adventures. The team is formed by Dr. Billy Hayes. This guy on top here, a research scientist at the Humanidyne Institute. He specializes in human anomalies. Now, for this show aired for 16 episodes. So there was another character. All right, let's see. What do we got here? So, all right. 80s retro station. All right. So, anyways, yeah, it was Midway Jones as Arnold Iceman Beef Freighter. He had the power to freeze anything he touched. The team drove around in an ice cream truck because Iceman will die because if he gets too warm. Now, Beef only appeared in the pilot episode because Marvel Comics threatened a lawsuit over a similar character that they had. So his character was only in the pilot episode. So NBC, they put Misfits of Science in the Friday night. All right, here we go. This was the 1984. This was the tele-TV schedule here. So they put Misfits of Science in the Friday night 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. time slot as a mid-season replacement. Now its main competition, was from 8 in the 8 p.m. time slot was ABC's Mr. Belvedere and Webster, and CBS had the Twilight Zone. Now NBC moved Misfits of Science in the fall to the 9 p.m. 10 p.m. time slot up against Different Strokes, which was in its last season. And, oh God. And they were also up against Dallas, which was in its 5th season. So, anyways, Alright, so, anyways, if you, there you go. Dallas was in its 5th, okay. It was in its 9th season, actually, and that was the dream season where, I'm not going to spoil it for any Dallas fans, but, so, and it was up against, it died, so Misfits of Science died a quick ratings death, so it was that's why it was canceled after 15 episodes, because nobody, they put it up against Dallas, season 9, the dream season. So, anyways, this was back when there were only like 3 networks, and so, all right. So, but there were DVD. Fear not, Misfits of Science. There were DVD releases. January 25th, 2008, Misfits was released in Germany as a 5-box DVD set. September 19th, 2012, the series was released on DVD in, I believe, North America. So, So, sadly, Dean Paul Martin, the son of Dean Martin, after this TV series, died in a helicopter crash. And Kevin Peter Hall passed away from pneumonia after this. Courtney Cox, as you may very well know, went on to star as Monica Geller in Friends. So, there you go. All right. And that is our classic canceled TV show, Misfits of Science. I do remember, I watched this TV show. I watched it on the Friday nights. I had to compete with I had my own TV. Of course, my parents watched Dallas. So, okay, what do we got here? So, anyways, all right. So, all right. Yeah, and I posted several clips of promos of Misfits of Science on NBC, the Friday night promos, and on my Blogcast page and my Facebook page. So, right on. So, look for them. All right. So excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna switch over here. So let's see. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. I am messenger. There we go. All right. Rusty wrench. There we go. Send that. All right. So, and we will to a group. No. All right. So, okay. Notifications. All right. Okay. So there we are. All right. Okay. Thank you for staying with us. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. All right. All right. All right. So yeah. All right. Our craft beer for tonight, and I am chasing it down with like Crown Royal Vanilla. Our craft beer for tonight is called Oxidation Amber Ale. It is by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario. Strathroy, Ontario, Canada, which I visited Thursday night. Got an early start on the craft beer tour that I went on. I gotta say, this beer, I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if there's like, if you want to throw it a number later on, if you're still here, please do so. See if it matches up with mine. It's a good tasting beer. No unpleasant aftertaste. I think I will top it up. All right. I'll top up this beer. Ooh, yeah. Oh, look at that. It's a smooth tasting beer. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. I believe that it's a spring, summer, and fall beer. So I'll let the head go down on that. Delicious. So, yeah. All right. It's definitely a spring, summer, and fall beer. Suitable for like, and it's a beach beer too. So yeah. So yeah. And I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast, so stick around. If you want to throw out a number, see if it jibes up with mine, feel free to do so. So, yeah. All right. As I want to remind everybody that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify and all of these audio podcast listening platforms. You may find this blogcast on any platform that you listen to. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia group, Sarnia Port Elgin, Stokes Inland, Lizard Bar, all the pop culture groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling, blogspot, TV and movies, and the Bob Seger groups tonight, Chain Reaction, and the Superman groups, Superman Christopher Reeve groups. So cheers, everybody. All right, boom. All right, gong solos there. So, yeah. All right, what do we got here? So, all right. All right. So now we get to our classic, well, our one-off tag team of the night. They are called the Skyscrapers. This was the original version. They were in WCW NWA in 1989. They lasted for like a couple of years. That is, the guy in the middle is Teddy Long. The guy on right here is like Dan Spivey, or this Dan Spivey right here, and Sid Vicious. All right, so they debuted in 1989. They were managed by Teddy Long, who was a referee for the NWA. And yeah, so Teddy paired up Dan Spivey, 6'8" with Sid Vicious, 6'8". They recently signed with the NWA and were given the name Skyscrapers because of their height. So, this version of the Skyscrapers, Spivey and Sid co-won a 2-ring King of the Hill Battle Royal. Spivey and Sid being both winners in 2 separate rings. Later that night, the Skyscrapers defeated, well, here we go. They defeated the team of the Dynamic Dudes. All right. Now, Skyscrapers started feuding with the Road Warriors. Oh, here they are. All right. They started feuding with the Road Warriors. At Halloween Havoc 1989, Spivey and Vicious were DQ'd, disqualified against the Road Warriors. They faced the Steiner brothers at Clash of the Champions, and it was so brutal, Sid suffered a punctured lung due to a broken rib. So anyways, now that Sid was out of Vicious, here comes the new version of it. The second version, Teddy Long brought in Mean Mark Callis, 6'7", because Sid was out with an injury. The new Skyscrapers feuded and almost physically dominated the Road Warriors in a series of matches and beat them at the Clash of the Champions February 6, 1990. So Dan Spivey left WCW a couple of days before the Chicago Street Fight in Wrestle War of 1990. Now the third version, Mike Enos was brought in as Masked Superstar. The Road Warriors, again, beat them, and that ended the feud. Mean Mark Callis, if you recognize who he is, decided to quit WCW NWA and join the WWF because this guy, who was the head booker for the WCW, told Mark that he would never draw a dime. Or never, when it came around to renegotiating Mark Callis's contract, there we go. There's a closer look. Came around, told Mark, you're never going to draw a dime in this business. Nobody's going to pay to watch you wrestle. Well, how wrong you were, Mr. Ole Anderson. There we go. That's Ole Anderson, the head booker of WCW at the time. And this was like Mark Callis. All right. Can you just imagine telling a future superstar, this guy, that you'll never draw a dime in this business, and you'll never you'll never put butts in seats. Well, I don't know how I can't tell you how wrong you really were. Now, 1990, Dan Spivey returned to WCW and Sid Vicious. They reunited at Starrcade 1990 and beat the Big Cat and Motor City Madman and then split up. So, now, as you very well know, Mr. Mean Mark Callis, he went on to become The Undertaker. So, and enjoyed a successful run in WWE. So there you go. There you go. And that is our tag team, our classic, our one-off, one-hit wonder tag team. Both versions of them, the Skyscrapers. All right. So, okay. And I posted several of their matches and their promos on my Facebook page and my Blogcast page, right? So look for them. So, all right. Okay. So, there we go. All right. Okay. So yeah, I posted several of their matches and promos on my Facebook page and the Blogcast page. So like them, look for them. All right. So anyways, all right, we're having a good time tonight. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday, July 4th, 2022. All right. I want to say hi to everybody watching the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. Yeah, especially Sarnia Rocks, Michelle, right on. And pop culture groups, all the 80s, 70s, 80s, 90s, retro nostalgia groups, hard rock, glam metal, hair metal, Van Halen, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies, and the Bob Seger groups, the Chain Reaction, and Superman, Christopher Reeve groups. All right, you guys really rock. So if you like us, subscribe, share us all over Facebook if you want to, because we're not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast too. So, yeah, all right. Okay, all right. And with our craft beer for tonight, let me top this up and let me add a little bit of that to that. All right. Okay. It is accompanied by our Crown Royal Vanilla, which is really good. All right. Yeah. It is called Oxidation Amber Ale. Cool can. I gotta give you points on it. And it is by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. I gotta say, it's a clean, crisp tasting beer. Goes down smoothly. It's a spring and summer and fall beer. And it's a beach beer too. And gotta give you guys on the cool can design there. Fuck that is a really cool can. So, yeah. And top this up here. And I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here, you have to stick around. By that time, throw out a number, see if it measures up with mine. So, all right. Yeah. So, all right. Okay, and I do have a cool, great cigar here, Mombacho. All right. So yeah, that's by the Riverfront Cigars in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. So, but I gotta tell you, when I do craft beer reviews, I just don't go yes, well, it's a very exquisite tasting beer. I don't. I go with my gut on this because it takes me the whole blogcast to get a feel out of the beer, to get a vibe on it. So far so good. All right. So yeah. All right. So I've got the Superman 4, the Quest for Peace on right now. They're battling. Nuclear Man and Superman are battling each other in space. I didn't know you could breathe in space. So, anyways, oh my god, fuck, oh my god. Anyways, yeah. So, all right. So, anyways, yeah. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, 227, Sunday, July 24th, 2022. Later on in the blogcast, I'm going to tell you all about my craft brewery tour. It started on Thursday night at the Rusty Wrench and ended at the Bad Apple Brewing Company, right outside of right outside of Sarnia. So, yeah. Um, all right. So, anyways, now we get to our creature feature here from Star Wars, or the Empire Strikes Back. All right. From our Star Wars character encyclopedia, we have the Wampa. All right. So yes. All right. Wampa. Now he was this was a female, actually, female Wampa, and it appeared, this creature appeared in Empire Strikes Back, the second installment of the Star Wars movies. I mean, just to be technical about it, they are a carnivorous, semi-sentient, white-furred, primitive species lived on the planet Hoth. Wampas stand at a height of what do they stand at? That 9 foot, 9 feet. Oh yeah, there we go. There's more. All right. So, anyways, they stand at a height of 9 feet. They. All right. So, anyway, yeah, there we go. Now, Wampas lived in caves. Tauntauns were the main prey to the Wampa. Wampa used their white fur to camouflage to help them ambush their prey before stunning it or killing it with their razor-sharp fangs and claws. So Wampas would drag prey to their cave and hang it upside down to eat later on. Wampas also hunt Rebu, another species to the planet Hoth. So, now with the Rebel Echo base on Hoth, Wampas were prone to sneak in the dead of night in the Rebel base, and this caused all sorts of problems. Now Luke Skywalker, all right, was attacked by a Wampa and ate his tauntaun and hung Luke up in the ceiling of his cave. Now Luke used the Force. If you've seen Empire Strikes Back, I don't think I'm giving anything away here, so no spoilers here. Luke used the Force to retrieve his lightsaber, used it to free himself, and the Wampa tries to capture Luke again, and Luke cut off the Wampa's arm with his lightsaber. This was a female Wampa again. Now, later on, in 12 ABY, after the Battle of Yavin, Luke returned to Hoth. The Wampa recognized him, tried to kill him again, but Luke killed the Wampa. So, there you go. There's the Wampa, and there's Luke Skywalker, who almost got eaten by the Wampa. Now, I posted the complete history of the Wampa species on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page, so look for it. There you go. All right. So, where are we here? Okay. All right. So, all right. So, okay. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2022. Yeah. It's a good feeling being on vacation. So, All right. Yeah. All right, so I have to relay the cigar. Yeah, it is a Mombacho Liga Maestro cigar. Yeah, by the. All right, so there we go. I'll just remove. Well, there we go. Okay, but anyways, yeah, it's a good little cigar, tasty. All right. So our craft beer for tonight, chasing it down with Crown Royal Vanilla. And it's like, oh man, smooth, you know? Our craft beer for tonight is called Oxidation Amber Ale. It is by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. For those of you who live outside of Canada, I'm going to top this up. I got to say that this is a clean, crisp tasting beer. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. And it's a spring, summer, and fall and beach beer. So, and the cool can design too. Got to give them extra points for that. This absolutely, I look at it, love it. It looks badass, you know. So, oh man, and I give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So what do we got here? All right. So, anyways, yeah. So if you're with me, still with me by the, you know, by the end, you want to throw out a number, feel free to do so. See if it jives with mine. All right. So, anyways, bear with me here for a minute. All right. So, yeah. Let's see. All right. So, yeah. There we go. All right, what do we got here? So, all right. Okay. All right, there we go. All right. So, anyways, yeah, it is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 227, Sunday, July 24th, 2022. We're going to get to our hockey card hero in a second, but I want to remind everybody this is Blogcast. It's not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast too. So like us and share, subscribe to us, share us all over Facebook if you want to. Want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups, all the pop culture, retro, nostalgia groups, all the hard rock, metal, Van Halen groups, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling groups, the blog groups, classic TV and movies, Bob Seger, Superman, Chris Reeve groups, and the chain reaction groups. Right on. So, anyways, yeah. So, all right. Yeah. All right. And the cigar is a Mumbacho. There we go. Mumbacho. Liga Mistro. And it is by the Riverfront Cigars right here outside of Sarnia. So anyways, yeah. So thank you for watching Big Jim Blogcast Live with us. Thank you for ending your weekend with us. A little later on, I will tell you all about the craft brewery tour I took on Friday. Visited 8 different craft breweries all in the span of one day, all down Highway 21. Yeah. So anyways, now we get to our hockey card hero. There we go, straight out of the hockey card files. Pavel Zacha. All right, that's this young man right here. And so, there we go. There's his hockey card. There's his stats on the back. All right. So, Mr. Zacha. All right. So, yeah. He was born April 6, 1997. Current age 25 in Brno, Czech Republic. 6'3", weighed 210 pounds. In his junior career, he played in the 2009-2010 Quebec Pee Wee hockey tournament with his minor ice hockey team from Chomutov, Russia. 2013-14 season, he debuted with the Czech team, the Billy Tigra Liberec, in the 2014 Canadian Hockey League import drafts. Paul was selected first round by the Sarnia Sting of the OHL, joining the Sting for the 2014-15 season, and he got 34 points in 37 games. Now, pro career, in the 2015 NHL entry draft, he was ranked 8th for North America skates by the NHL Scouting Bureau and selected 6th overall by the New Jersey Devils. August 11, 2015, the Devils signed with a 3-year entry-level contract. He returns to the Sting for the 2015-2016 season. He rejoined the Devils after the Sting season ended. NHL debut on April 9th, 2016 in a 5-1 loss over the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, gather that. The Maple Leafs actually trounced the team. 2016-2017 season, he makes the Devils lineup. He scores his first NHL goal on November 3rd, 2016, in a 4-3 loss over the Florida Panthers. Finishes the season with 8 goals, 24 points in 70 games. 2018-2019 season, he goes pointless in 10 games. He gets assigned to the Binghamton Devils of the American Hockey League on November 2nd, 2018. September 10th, 2019, he signs a 3-year extension with the Devils. July 13th, 2022, he's a restricted free agent. He was traded to the Boston Bruins. So there you go. There is our hockey card hero, Pavel Zacha. There's his hockey card. Yeah. And so, all right. And I posted his stats on my Facebook page and the Blogcast page, highlights. So, yeah. So like it, look for it. There you go. There is our hockey card hero, Pavel Zacha. So, yeah. All right. We are having a great time tonight. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday, July 24th, 2022, not January, as someone pointed out to me earlier on. So, why do I have January stuck in my head? So, anyways, yeah. Craft beer for tonight, and I am chasing it down with Crown Royal Vanilla. All right, so. All right. Our craft beer for tonight. It is Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. I got to give them props for making a cool can, though. Cool design. They give like points for that. Fuck. And I've got their glass too. Good tasting beer. Cool, crisp. Spring, summer, and fall beer. And it's a beach beer. It's also good. You know what goes great with any barbecues. Like, I'll top that up right there. Yeah, and yeah, fuck, man. Like, cool can. Check it out. Great beer. Yeah, and I do give it a rating out of 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still around. Feel free to throw it a number. It might jibe with mine, it might not, but yeah, that's a great tasting beer there. So, all right. So, yeah. All right. Had to relight this, so, but yeah. All right. Great tasting cigar there. That is by the Riverfront Cigar Company, Riverfront Cigars, right outside of Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, which we are based out of, Sarnia, Ontario, Canada. So, anyways, yeah. Once again, I want to remind everybody. Oh yeah. gongs, lots of them. So, anyways, yeah. Um, okay. Want to remind everybody this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Anchor FM, and all these audio listening platforms where you listen to your podcast. So, anyways, yeah, and I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups, especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you rock. All the pop culture groups, the retro nostalgia, all the hard rock, hair metal groups, Van Halen, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movie groups from the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s on, and Bob Seger and the Superman, Chris Reeve groups, and Chain Reaction. So, as we get to our classic album of the night, this is Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, Against the Wind. Oh man, great album. All right, got to show you the Silver Bullet Band there. All right, so Against the Wind. What do we got here? So, anyways, all right, so yeah, this was released February 25th, 1980. Against the Wind is Bob Seger's 11th studio album for Capitol Records and the 4th album which he credits the Silver Bullet Band on it. So, recorded in 1979 at Bayshore and Criteria Studios in Miami and Muscle Shoals in Sheffield. Produced by Bob Seger, his manager Punch Andrews, Bill Sismasick, and the Muscle Shoals Rhythm Section. So, you got the songs here. Cool. Against side 1, you got the Horizontal Bop, You'll Accompany Me, Her Strut, No Man's Land, Long Twin Silver Line. Side 2, you've got Against the Wind, Good for Me, Betty Lee's Getting Out Tonight, Fire Lake, and Shining Brightly. Band, if they need no introduction, but hey, Bob Seger on vocals and guitars, the Silver Bullet Band, Drew Abbott on guitar, Chris Campbell on bass, alto reed, the late legendary alto reed on saxophone, David Teagarden on drums. Now, this is Bob's only #1 album here. It would go on, upon release, it spent 6 weeks to the top of the Billboard album chart, knocking out The Wall by Pink Floyd. So, true story there. If you knock out Pink Floyd, you're going places. You've done something right here. So, anyways, all right. So, there we go. There's a cool album design. Yeah, there we go. There's the back. In there, we've got like the Silver Bullet Band, Mr. Seger. All right. Mr. Seger, it's 1980, and we've got like the Silver Bullet Band back here. So, yeah. All right. And so, upon release, like this out, it's a cool classic album, man. It would go on to sell 5 million copies, 5 times platinum by 2003. The lead singles in order, like Fire Lake, Against the Wind, You'll Accompany Me, and Horizontal Bop, were all, at least they were all like top 30 hits. And of course, you know, Grammy time rolls around. Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, they won a 1980 Grammy Award for the winner in a Best Rock Performance by a duo group with vocal. The cover art by Roy Kohara also won a 1980 Grammy for Best Recording Package. I think this is one of the albums that stands the test of time. Got a lot of cool songs on here, especially like Against the Wind, Fire Lake, You'll Accompany Me, Her Strut. Yeah, and so yeah. I found this, you wouldn't believe it, but I found this at the Sarnia Goodwill, and it was just sitting there, and I go, oh wow, man, I gotta get this. And it's still, I give it a couple of turns on my record. I do have a record player over there, yeah. So there you go, Bob Seger and the Silver Bullet Band, and I did post several videos of You'll Accompany Me, Her Strut, You'll Accompany Me, Against the Wind, on my Facebook page, my Blogcast page. So look for it. It's The Genius of Mr. Bob Seger. So right on. That is our classic album of the night. Bob Seger's Against the Wind. So. We were running against the wind, and there's the Silver Bullet Band of 1980. So, all right. Okay. So, oh yeah, there we are. All right. Okay. So. All right. All right. So yeah, I had to relight. This goes out several times. This is a Moonbacho cigar. Liga Maestro. Great cigar. I got this at the Sarnia, the Riverfront Cigars, right outside of Sarnia. All right. So, anyways, okay, people. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live version 4.0, episode 227. What do we got here? So, all right. Yeah. And our craft beer for tonight, it's accompanied by Crown Royal Vanilla. Very good. Very good. It is called Oxidation Amber Ale, and it's a cool can. It's by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. I gotta tell you, these guys, and I got their glass too. Oh man, it's a crisp tasting, cool beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Goes down really smoothly. Spring, summer, and fall beer, beach beer, barbecue beer, suitable for when you're having barbecues. But yeah, look at that. Cool can there, man. Yeah, so I do give it a rating at a 10 later on in the blogcast. So if you're still here with us, if you think you want to throw out a number that jives with mine, go right ahead. So, yeah. All right. All right. Ooh, yeah. Let's see what. All right. So, okay, yeah, it is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227 is Sunday, July 4th, 2022. Earlier on, I said January. Sorry, I was corrected by that. So, anyways, thank you very much. Our blogcast, which I reminded people, is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify and all these other audio podcast listening platforms where you listen to your podcast. So give shouts out to everybody. I want to give shouts out to everybody watching in the Sarnia Port Elgin groups. All the especially Sarnia Rocks. Michelle, you rock. All the pop culture, retro, nostalgia groups. All the hard rock, Van Halen groups, hair metal groups, all the craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, classic TV and movies. Shouts out to everybody watching the Bob Seger groups tonight. Chain Reaction, Superman, Christopher Reeve groups. Right on. So, all right. So now we get to our most favorite time in our in the blogcast. Ooh, would you prefer a color version? All right. All right. This week in Van Halen history. All right. So anyways, yes, this week in Van Halen history. All right, from July 18th to the 24th, July 18th, 1981, Van Halen plays the Nassau Coliseum in Uniondale, New York. July 18th, 1993, Van Halen plays the Merriweather Pavilion in Columbus, Maryland. July 18th, 1993, Van Halen plays the Merriweather Pavilion in Columbus, Maryland. July 18th, 1995, Van Halen plays the Blossom Music Center in Cuyahoga Falls, Ohio. July 19th, 1979, Van Halen plays the Keating Convention Center in Wichita, Kansas. July 19th, 1991, David Lee Roth plays the Val du Lakes Amphitheater in Mears, Michigan. July 19th, 1995, Van Halen plays the Deer Creek Amphitheater in Noblesville, Indiana. July 19th, 1998, Van Halen plays the Riverport Amphitheater in St. Louis, Missouri. July 20th, 1981, Van Halen plays the Spectrum in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. July 20th, 2004, Van Halen releases this. The CD, Best of Both Worlds. All right. July 20th, 2001, David Lee Roth plays the Valley Music Festival in Caddock, Wisconsin. July 21st, 1979, Van Halen plays the Civic Center Music Hall in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. July 21st, 1980, Van Halen plays the Coliseum in Hampton, Virginia. July 21st, 1991, David Lee Roth plays the World Music Theater in Tinley Park, Illinois. Where was I? Oh, July 21st, 2003, David Lee Roth plays the Verizon Wireless Theater in Houston, Texas. July 22nd, 1982, Van Halen plays the Jefferson Civic Center in Birmingham, Alabama. July 22nd, 1986, Van Halen plays the Arena in St. Louis, Missouri. July 22nd, 1998, Van Halen plays the Deer Creek Music Center in Noblesville, Indiana. July 23rd, 1984, Sammy Hagar releases the album Voya, VOA. July 23rd, 2010, Sammy Hagar is interviewed for 107.7 The Bone Radio at Drac Arena in Oakland, California. July 23rd, 2004, Van Halen plays the Retch Center. Or July 23rd, 2004, Van Halen plays the Retch Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin. And July 24th, 1988, David Lee Roth plays the Myriad in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. So, that is all for this week in Van Halen history. I have saved the best for last. Right on. Okay. So. All right. All right. So anyway, yeah. There we go. And that is all for this week in Van Halen history. What do we got here? So, all right. So anyways, yeah. I am going to give you an inspirational, motivational quote. So, as I always do. So, if you change the way you look at things, the things you change... If you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that is by Wayne Dyer. All right. All right. All right. Okay, there we go. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227, Sunday, July 24th, 2022. I am going to rate the beer in about a couple of minutes here. All right. So, anyways, yeah. Yes, our craft beer for tonight, it is accompanied by Crown Royal Vanilla. It is. All right. It is called Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. Oh man, gotta tell you before I give it a rating, if there's anybody who wants to throw it a number, do so now. Oh man, they get extra points for the awesome design on here. So, mm, like I said, when I give craft beer reviews, I gotta feel it out. I don't go get all fancy, and I don't go, oh, this is a quiz tasting beer. You know, like I mean, fuck. It's got to grow on me. It's got to get a good feeling in my gut. It's got to like, you know, so, yeah. So they get like points for this cool can design here. So, anyways, here we go. Mm. Cool, crisp tasting beer. Um, mm. Oxidation Amber Ale by Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada, which I visited on Thursday night. It is definitely a spring, summer, fall beer. No unpleasant aftertaste to it. Phew. Mm. Great beach beer, great barbecue beer. Mm. All right, here we go. So, okay. So, anyways, there we go. 9 out of 10. Great job, guys. Great job. 9 out of 10 on Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. Right on. So, anyways, yeah. Kudos to you guys making a great beer. So, right on. Mm, 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 Ah, man. All right. Here we go. What do we got here? All right. Well, mm. Ah, all right. I'm getting ashes all over me here. So 9 out of 10 on that beer. Great job from the guy from the staff at Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. So, good cigar. Mumbacho Liga Maestro by the Riverfront Cigars in Sarnia, Ontario, Canada, right outside there. One thing, like, okay, so before we get to that, before we get to like my craft brewery tour, a lot of you, I've been getting requests for T-shirts like mine or this. It can be in any design you want with this T-shirt here, or the baseball jersey, like this one. You can. All right. So I'm gonna hold these up. Put that right there. That right there. Okay. These T-shirts are $35 a pop. That's shipping and handling included. You can inbox me saying, "Hey, I want a T-shirt." You can get it in tank top or regular T-shirt like mine, or baseball jersey type design like mine. Just inbox me on my Facebook page or my Blogcast page with like e-transfer, cash, money order, and I'll do my best to give you to get one of these T-shirts out to you. So it $35 a pop. It takes 4 to 6 weeks for delivery, shipping and handling, all that's included. Yeah. So, anyways, all right. So, now on Friday, just this past Friday, I made a craft brewery tour. Thursday night actually it started with the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company. I had a great experience there. Pleasant, like great. All the staff were great. Like I said, 9 out of 10 on Oxidation Amber Ale. Yeah, great beer. So anyways, great beer, suitable for spring, summer, fall, beach. There's no unpleasant aftertaste to it. Oh yeah, look at that color to it, and look at the can too. Cool design. On Friday, I visited I went on a tour to get a whole new slew of batch beers to review for the blogcast, and I went to Outlaw Brewery in Southampton. You got yeah. Three Sheets Brewing Company in Port Elgin, Ontario, Canada. Square Brew in Grey Matter Brewery Company in Kincardine. Three Sheets Square Brew in Godrich, Ontario, Canada. River Bayfield Brewing Company in Bayfield, River Road Brewing and Hops, right outside of Bayfield. Brewster's Mill Brewery in Grand Bend, and I ended it with the Bad Apple Brewing Company, right outside of Sarnia. So went there. Oh yeah, Friday was a long day for me. So, anyways, yeah. And just this past Saturday night, I was outside the gates at Revelry Music, watching with a couple of people, all the bands in Canada Park. Cheers. Okay. So, anyways, yeah. This is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227. It is Sunday, July 4th, 2022. I want to remind everybody that this blogcast is not spam. The audio version goes out later on Spotify, Buzzsprout, Anchor FM, Google Podcast, wherever you listen to your wherever you listen to your audio podcasts. So yeah, shouts out to everybody watching in the Port Elgin Sarnia group, especially Sarnia Rocks. All the pop culture, retro, classic nostalgia groups, all the hard rock, hair metal, Van Halen groups, craft beer, cigars, Star Wars, pro wrestling, Blogspot, all the blog groups, all the pro wrestling groups, all the classic TV and movies, Bob Seger groups, the Chain Reaction group, Superman, Chris Reeve. All right. So anyways, yeah, here we go. Boom. All right, for tonight, yeah, this craft beer, it is Oxidation Amber Ale, 9 out of 10 by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. Birthday shout-outs go out to Brenda Stevenson, Kevin Clement, Jacqueline Crawl, Brad McFadden, MJ Thompson, Shannon Wolf, Tracy Spooner Martin, Toby Green, Kathy McGinning Smith, Tom Hellcamp, Wendy Robinson, Nancy Trebiznisek, Candice Pietrus, Sandy McKitchen, Terry Lynn Fairbrother, Vanessa Parsley, Roxanne LaRoque, Ashley Wakefield, Patty Schreider, Alan Cootering, Candy Yermashina, Glenda Lane, Steve Calagiros, Jim Weber, and Wendy Dion. Happy birthday. And I can't forget, happy early birthday to Ann Campbell. So, a longtime fan of Big Jims Blogcast Live. We did Countdown, we did local events. Superman, talked about Superman, Our Quest for Peace, Misfits of Science. Our classic canceled TV show. Obscure tag team from WCW, the Skyscrapers. The Wampa from Empire Strikes Back. Our hockey card hero, Pavel Zacha. Our classic album, Bob Seger's Against the Wind, This Week in Van Halen History. Our inspirational motivational quote, if you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And that's by Wayne Dyer. All right, people. That's it for me. You may or may not see me next weekend. But, yeah, so behave. Our craft beer for tonight, again, Oxidation Amber Ale by the Rusty Wrench Brewing Company in Strathroy, Ontario, Canada. 9 out of 10. It is Big Jims Blogcast Live, version 4.0, episode 227, Sunday, July 24th, 2022. And, alright, everybody, you have yourselves a great rest of the weekend. cheers, everybody, and behave. Stay out of trouble. I will see you maybe next weekend, maybe not. Cheers.